Hey Center Church family, Josh here. I just wanted to give you an update as to where we are as a church and how it relates to the coronavirus or COVID-19. And throughout this process, our church leaders have been closely monitoring all events and staying up to date with recommendations and advisories from local, state, and federal authorities. And we as a church are taking the proper and necessary precautions at this time. And we're asking God in this season, God, what are you trying to teach us in this moment or in this difficult season? And just like in so many other seasons where people are looking for hope, light, and comfort, this is an incredible time for God's people to rise up in faith and be just that for them. I want you to know that God is still in control. He's still on the throne, and he's not at all surprised at what's going on in our world. And he can even take the bad things that we experience and turn them for our good. So I want you to be encouraged today. As you know, I encourage you with this verse in 2 Timothy 1:7. It says this: God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. And his perfect love actually casts out fear. And we as a church are not acting in fear, but I believe we're acting in wisdom. And I truly believe that God's people can be aware, we can be sensitive and even wise about the well-being of not only our church family, but those who are in close proximity to us. And with that being said, we will not be gathering this Sunday and next. So that's March the 15th and the 22nd for our regular weekend services. I want you to know that we're not canceling church, okay? But rather we're just changing the way that we do it. And the great news is that we will be streaming our services online at our same 10 a.m. hour PST. And you can find these links for that stream on our church app, our website, or even our Facebook page. And this is a great time for you to gather with your small group community if you have one, maybe with some family or close friends, and enjoy our online worship experience together. And I want to challenge you to pray for hope and healing and provision for those who are really being affected by COVID-19. And there has never been a better time for us to be the church that God has called us to be. So in an effort to be, proactive, there's 3 ways that we as Center Church are going to be the church at this time. Now I want to challenge you with these 3 thoughts. Number 1 is this: we will practice our faith through prayer. We're going to practice our faith through prayer, and we believe that prayer changes things. And we want to pray for, those medical professionals who are on the front lines. Me, being a licensed nurse myself, knows how that feels. So I want us to pray for our medical professionals, our first responders, government leaders, those who are currently sick, those who are at high risk of getting sick, and those who are in fear of being sick. And let's pray that the church, kind of the big C church, not just Center Church, that we would unite, we would be unified, and we would be a light for Jesus and shine for Jesus in this difficult time. Number 2 is this: I want us to show our faith through service. Show our faith through service. And throughout history, there's always been this defining characteristic of Jesus' people. It's being servant leaders, serving other people, and I want us to lead in service, show our faith through service. Here's the last thought: I want us to live our faith through generosity. Live our faith through generosity. And when fear and anxiety rule, we tend to turn toward this inward me first mentality, right? but I want to challenge you to be generous even in this time, to be faithful in the way that you are supporting God's church. So those 3 thoughts I want to challenge you with today: practice our faith through prayer, show our faith through service, and live our faith through generosity. Remember, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. Now's the time to choose faith over fear, prayer over panic, wisdom over worry, and service over selfishness. So just to be clear, this means that we're not going to gather in person at our physical location in downtown, but rather for this week and next, we're going to be streaming our service on our online platforms. And, with every crisis that happens, this is a great opportunity for us to be the church that God has called us to be. So I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I love you. God is still in control, and you're going to hear more updates as we kind of hear more things come along. Again, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.